So since we are now started to record the meeting, I want to welcome all of you to the meeting, and well, maybe just to remember uh, for what those monthly organizational meetings of the African Humanist Forum are intended. Those are monthly meeting where we are remembering what has happened in our project since 1 month ago, and see how we have advanced uh, in our general build of the humanist forums on the ground and or even on the internet, locally in the city, in the neighborhood, in the university, in the rural areas, in the villages, and also in those meetings we take a wider view. We look at what is happening with a further outlook to the whole world, and in that respect, we are joining forces with like-minded organizations, and also we are joining forces with uh, organisms of the humanist movement, like the Presenza International News Agency and so on. And one of the aspects we are aiming for as the next focus worldwide is to stage a World Humanist Forum in Iceland on the 24th of March, 24th of this month. And I think that we could start as now. Antonio, if you could bring us into the picture of what is happening regarding this project, and also, of course, we are thinking of the Pan-African regional forum we are aiming for Africa by the end of the year.
Yes.
So, yes, please, welcome.
Well, again, welcome to everyone, and I am very happy to be here with you again. And yes, very briefly, I will tell you what is sort of progress in the direction to the forum that we have realized since the last meeting. As Julius just mentioned, we will have a meeting that has been organized by Julius and our friends in Iceland that will be a forum at the same time. It's a meeting that had been programmed to coordinate two activities that are happening more or less at the same time in Africa, in the region. One is the World March for Peace and Disarmament and Nonviolence that is initiating its third cycle. Every 4 years, they move around the world, bringing about the messages of humanism, with an emphasis on peace and nonviolence and disarmament. And this is a third march. The first one took place in 2009. And the second one, I don't remember very well, but I think it was 14 or 15. And then another one that was programmed after that had to be canceled because of the COVID. And this then is what is called the third march, that again will start in Costa Rica in Central America and will go around the world, Africa, Europe, then North America, and then Asia, and then down to South America, and from South America we'll go back to Costa Rica in Central America. So this is, we are going to coordinate then with the organizers of the march and the organizers of the forum in Africa for the African region. And that will happen on the 24th of this month. Ragnar and Julius have organized there an excellent venue that he will give more explanations about. And we will have a full day of discussions with like-minded people, with very progressive groups, and amongst these two big actions that are taking place in Africa almost at the same time, because we want to create as much synergies as possible, in the sense that many of the people who will participate in the World March in Africa also are people who later on will join the forum, because really are aspects of the same common projects of the humanists, promoting more or less the same messages of personal transformation and overcoming of violence in ourselves, in society, and in the world at large. So it's a very important message with lots of content. And that's why we are very enthusiastic about it, bringing it to Africa at large, because Africa has lots of countries. And in the past, we have had activities in a few countries, like, Kenya and Zambia and Senegal, but not very much in the north, in the Arabic part of Africa, and not very much in the heart, in the Congo and that region. And so there is lots of places that we have to reach and we expect to reach. And in that context, we have now two new contacts in Congo that are contacts with our friends who have been organizing activities in those countries years back, and also in Equatorial Guinea. It is the only country that had a Spanish culture, because it was a colony of Spain. And there is a horrible dictatorship there for many, many years, have been like 40 or 50 years in power. There is no democracy whatsoever. And because of that, lots of Guinean people have emigrated to Spain. And there's a huge diaspora of Guinean people living in Spain. And we have very close contact with them, and with several parties of, they could call the democratic opposition to the present dictatorship, and who are endeavoring to come back into Zambia and to be able to reestablish a democratic order there. So those are two new developments that we think they are quite interesting. At the same time, I have to tell you that we have progressed in the development of the web page for the forum that will cover all of Africa, and that we are working in partnership with another web page that have been formed in Spain as well, for the development of the World March. But they are going to join it in the same platform with the project of the forum. Of course, each platform will have their own membership and their own pictures and their own contents. But the fact is that the technical part is difficult to put together. And now we are very advanced in there. And this webpage that works for the March has already 300 members, all people who are activists of humanism and this sort of more advanced thinking. And therefore, they will later on join our projects with the forum, with all the contacts and all their activities, etc. So that is a very positive development. Probably will be in there with their own contents of the forum in a couple of weeks' time. And we'll be very quick in letting you know when that happens. And hopefully, will be active, up and running by the time that we have the forum in Reykjavik. That is about 3 weeks' time. So that will be good. That means that all of you will be able to register there and open your own accounts and find out everything that is happening in all the different countries of Africa, with graphics, with explanations, with the capacity to translate things into another language, etc. Very versatile. So that means that we will have our own hub where we will get up-to-date information and lots of graphics and lots of materials to study. Fantastic, the way that we want to do it. And so that is another development. And yes, I think I have joined together some of the themes that I had here to comment, and that covers almost everything. I won't take more time of yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Antonio. This was very nice. And even we could now open the floor a little bit to have, if you want to ask some questions regarding this, regarding this staging of a world forum in Iceland, and also uh, those considerations of aiming toward a regional forum by the end of this year, a Pan-African forum, and as a part of this is this to start organizing events in Africa, in each country, where we will want to have as many smaller marches and events. Taking an example from Zambia, in the first uh, uh, World March, then they got banners, could print out banners, and they had even uh, uh, they had marches, and people came from Mozambique and joined their marches, and then they had some time in the TV to talk about the World March for Peace and Nonviolence, but at the same time to introduce our humanizing project as in humanizing Africa. So all those things are. This year is full of very interesting challenges. So if you have some questions, even we could open the floor now. If you want to, if this brings out some questions in your head as to knowing more about this and why we're doing this and for what purpose.
Who has questions?
Yeah.
Who is curious? Who wants more detail?
Who wants to break the ice? Maybe maybe there is a shyness, or I don't know. You like those ideas? You
Yes,
like this project we are aiming
just
for?
one question. When is the World Mars third starting? Do you know that? Yeah.
Well, it starts on the 4th of October in Central America.
October.
And that is a day of a World Day of Peace, I think is the anniversary of Gandhi, or maybe the 2nd of October. And from there it starts to move then up until it comes to Africa. So one of the things that we are going to discuss with them, because the top organizers of the World March are going to be there in Reykjavik, is the exact dates, to have a calendar. And that calendar you will learn it by heart, because you will know when it's going to arrive in Africa. And most probably it will come to Kenya, most probably will go to Senegal, maybe they are going also to some of the northern countries like Tunisia. We'll see. We'll see what they have planned, because they are completely autonomous. They are part of the big network of the humanists, but they have their own organization, their own people taking decisions. And there is a friend from Spain that is called Rafael, and he is the one who founded this initiative in 2008 or 2009. And so they have their own ideas, but we have been supporting them to coordinate some of the meetings, especially in Asia, because in Asia you have all this complication of languages, and some people do not understand English. and some of the others are they have Spanish and all that. And because I work as an interpreter, they have been in touch with all that group, and they're very enthusiastic, and they have some exciting activities organized already. And we want to share with you all what type of activities in different countries. For example, in Pakistan, for example, in India, in Bangladesh, in Nepal. And some of them, they are rural communities similar to some of the places that you are used to in Africa. And therefore, many of these activities can be organized in consonance, in imitating, copying. For example, events in schools with children, because if at school level, to talk about this march of people that are promoting the ideas of nonviolence all over the world, and they can organize sport competitions, or like Tracy has been doing music festivals, or it's possible also to organize other events with the municipality level, things like that, that they are so exciting because they allow the participation of large numbers of members of the community. And everybody likes it because it's so positive, the message.
I think even Ragnar, would you be willing to tell us about the first march in Iceland? Because that was a very interesting event. Whereas, the march goes to physically to like 90 countries of the world, but where like they didn't come to Iceland. But on the other hand, we had a whole year where we were doing very diverse activities on the occasion of the World March, and the same will be for the third World March. And Ragnar, we have good memories from Iceland from that time.
Yes, of course. Like me and you, with one woman from Kenya who had the idea. We decided to have a multicultural march. People from all countries in Iceland doing a march, going to the street and say, here I am, and I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of my culture. And then we had a kind of marching through the city and to the city hall where people were having kind of showing something of their culture in both dancing and also to show some food they were making and some food from the country. And this actually we did this 8 years or something, every year, again and again, every year, for 8 times or something until and maybe we will do it again now this year in connection with the World March, the third World March. Who knows? Okay, but we did all kinds of activities, Julius. Remember, we had this
yes.
sign, where you make a sign of peace with turtle.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was a nice activity on the 2nd of October, which is the day of birth of
Gandhi.
Gandhi and the day of non-violence.
Mm.
And then we did all kinds of activities. I was seeing some photos we had in Akureyri, where I live. I was not there, but we have been doing now some activities about Palestine there. And I'm in connection with a group of people about peace, and they were reminding me that connecting to this World March, we had a sailing. We went on a ship with a lot of young people, and they had a bottle, and they put right on a piece of paper a peace sign to the world, put in the bottle and throw it to the sea so it can go and somewhere. This was one
Beautiful
activity.
idea. Lovely.
Very beautiful.
Yeah,
And another one, there was a guy, actually he's I have the same name as me, Ragnar Sverrisson. We are name partners. and he always walked to mountains, and he decided to take the flag of the World Mars on top of, I think, some 11 mountains there to so
Beautiful. Yeah.
it was so many, a lot of activities and so many things that people can do connecting, and you don't need to be many, it is just you have to do some activity that fit to the how many you are, and just do something simple, some that is,
Yeah.
sim there's so many things that is possible to do connecting to this activity, this world mass.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
what is amazing,
yeah,
Ragnar, this time is because before the pandemic, we didn't have these platforms that allow to communicate everybody from the house. But now, for the first time, we have them. So everybody will be able to see everything that has been done everywhere. And that's amazing, amazing.
Yeah,
Because you can show people, the neighbors, you can people that you know, ideas that you have to do, and then you can do taking that inspiration. So everybody will be in a high.
yeah,
yeah, exactly. The world is getting so small.
yeah.
That's right.
I seem to remember also this time for the third World Match. I think they are now. We will learn more about this in the World Humanist Forum in Reykjavik later this month. But as I understand it, now the idea is to get across the idea that wherever you are, even in your street, you can gather your neighbors and you can put up some banners and you can have a participation of the World Month. You can put posters into the window. So the idea is to have the whole world uniting around this call for peace and nonviolence. So this is opportunity to enhance our, this working with many humanist friends, working towards humanist forums, that this can give some very interesting, colors to those programs we are doing. And now we will obviously have a video from this meeting, but I even could watch while Ragnar was talking. I could watch a video from this first world mass, and
Yeah,
that
we
is,
can share it. Yeah,
yeah, we can share it. But I do not have the technical know-how
no, you can
to
share
share
it
it now. In
you
the
can share.
report, we will share it.
In the
Yeah,
report,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
And
We,
also
we,
share. I have a lot of photos. I can share some photos
yeah.
because
Because
yeah,
so,
it is.
yeah, yeah,
It is. It's so easy. It's just to get a
yeah,
good
yeah,
idea and just do some action. It is very important
yeah,
because people like action. People like when something
Yeah.
happens.
yeah,
Then you
yeah,
get to
yeah,
know a lot of people. You through organization you get connection. So I'm believer of action. Do action. That's what is
And
important.
we can learn lots of things from one another, because
Yeah.
many times we talk about things that they are, how are you, blah blah, nonsense, just little gossips of the neighborhood. But when we talk about interesting stuff, because we have new information and we communicate that information, we say, look, you know what happens with this world match in this country, in the other countries, changing the way of thinking of children, because now they are trying to practice to be relaxed. They are trying to practice not to react violently, verbally, or in any one of their actions by the day. All that is educational, and gradually it changes the mentality, the manner of being, the culture of all our societies in the direction of progress, of nonviolence, of equality, of well-being for everyone, all these fundamental ideas that inspire us. So
yeah,
the educational function is the center of it.
yeah. that brings me to ask the host of this meeting to say, well, great, we have looked into the wider picture and the big images, but I think it's time now to hear from you. Many of you have been doing projects like in education to teach like young women about gender violence and there also has circulated a book from Peru where I'm curious whether some of you have started to work out lessons and material to use for the humanist education in your school. Some of you have started school and so on. So please, it would be very interesting now to hear about this. Feel free.
And may I say just something that I forgot to say that is very important?
Yes.
In these projects, who is joining is our international news agency, that is Presenza. Probably you have heard of Presenza 1,000 times because we are publish articles and because we are always mentioning Presenza. The good thing is that this news agency that publishes already in 8 languages and is preparing to publish also in Russia, in Hindi, in Arabic, and in Chinese, on top of all the other Western languages. Presenza is going to be present in real images, in real time, in this platform that we are going to inaugurate for the World March and for the forum. Therefore, you with your phones will be able, in your account, to connect with Presenza and read news for whichever country interests you, day after day after day. And those are news of our agency that publish things that are very much in the same direction of these projects. So that will be very inspiring and very useful to everyone.
Thank you, Antonio. This is a very, very good addition. I see that Isaac has raised a hand. Please, Isaac.
Yes, good evening.
Jambo. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
All Isaac.
Yeah, so this is my second meeting I'm having in this forum, and I'm trying to get some concern about the World March for Peace and Disarmament, which shall be happening on 24th. So when we talk of World March, does it mean that it shall also be taking place in other African countries like Kenya? And if so, do we have a structure which shall be organizing it here so that we don't just discuss it over the Zoom phone? As we're having the Zoom meetings once a week, we should also be having some actions on the ground in an organized structure so that it becomes successful. How do you see about that?
What Julius or Ragnar have to say, I agree 100%. That's the way in which is done. And those are the ideas that you having all the background, the materials, the ideas that you can implement according to your possibilities, according to your ideas, to what the people in your communities will appreciate. Yes, absolutely free. And we can do incredible things, and all that will cover and will multiply all over the world. People will be able what you have done in your own neighborhood.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We have I don't know if we have this structure but we have a lot of people in Kenya. So if we come up, we just need someone to take action and come up with idea and to then I can help you to connect you together and then we can have a special meeting when time come about different issues where we organize it, we get more people on board and yeah, that's
with
is
schools,
something
with universities, with municipalities, with semi-public
yeah,
organizations, you have to say, look, this is a way that I am offering you to do something useful for the community and to change the culture of violence in the world. And so You sell them the idea. There is a model of what they have to do. You plan everything and can be fantastic.
Yeah.
And many of these everywhere.
Yeah. Dorothy,
And if there is
Dorothy,
someone, if there is, sorry, if there is someone there with a good idea to do some activity, I like action, you know. I will be with you to organize and take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dorothy,
Okay.
I seem to remember that you have even recently been involved in organizing big events of the type we are talking about. Was it in Nairobi? Was it the meeting? Was it the march? Can you tell us a little bit about this, if I'm right, Dorothy?
Yeah, I've been organizing for the other matches, for the femicide,
Yes.
which is happening right
Yes.
now. And even tomorrow we have the International Women's Day, which is
Yeah.
going to be celebrated in different counties. So if we are to have a humanist march in Kenya, I think as those people who are here who are in Kenya will have to agree on which county do we want to do it. So from there we can have a letter. We write a letter and then present it to the administration, that is the police, to give us an authority of having a peaceful march, which is going to take a place. So if it is in Nairobi, then we'll come to organize where do you want to do it. Do we have to come as together and mobilize other people so that we can have the march? Or if you are to do it in small bits, like let's say, like I, Dorothy, I'm from Kisumu. If I want to do it in Kisumu County, then I have to look for people who will be helping me in the march, especially the ones we've been practicing with the mental health issues, which we've been being trained every Friday. Or how do you want to do it? So now it will depend with how we want to do it here in Kenya. I don't know whether I'm making sense, but that is the way I'm thinking loudly
Yes.
about it.
And
Very correct.
I remember even that you in the event in Nairobi, you had candles in the night, and then you did the experiences of the service and well-being. You did a very interesting humanist ceremonies. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. Right now, since the issue of femicide is so rampant, so we decided to have something called Dark Valentine on the 14th, where we had people from different countries. There are some people from Malawi who came to Kisumu County. So we had a vigil whereby everybody light the candle to talk on behalf of the people we've lost in the femicide. And also we had people who are capturing stories, the real life story of people who have undergone who have lost their family members or their partners or their sisters on that day. So it went so successful. So that is the reason why I think even the World March Humanist is going to be a successful one if we come up as a team and organize it.
No, it's very, very nice.
Very good.
Yeah, very, very good. Because we have a lot of nice tools in our soloist cupboard.
And lots of new things. And until October, we have a few months to do something. So we will bring from Iceland all the information of the coordination groups and a plan, a calendar,
Yes.
month after month after month. And then you can give the content to that. You say, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. And each one will have their ideas. And we'll see how we can support each other in doing that.
Yeah. No, I think it is because this
That's nice,
partnership
okay.
with Presenza is so valuable because as those events start to unearth, happen, and they are documented and they are put in the international news agency, then we can learn from each other. We can learn, well, they can do it in Kenya, and they can do it in Namibia or wherever we are. So this media aspect to share those demonstration effects. Yeah.
Sorry, I lost connection, but I'm back. Are you can
Yeah, yeah.
inform me very shortly? You were talking about something in Kenya, or and
Yes,
tomorrow
I
is
was talking about.
Women's Day.
Yeah, I was
you,
talking about how we
yeah.
can organize the march in Kenya, because I was saying that since we have different counties in Kenya, we can come up and decide on which county we want to do it. Like if you want to do it in Nairobi, or you want to do it in Kisumu, or maybe Nakuru, any other county, because coming up with a march like this it's sort of a movement where we have to involve different partners and also to mobilize people to come on board. And we have to present a letter to the authorities, like the administration, the police, to tell them that we are going to have a peaceful demonstration, so that on that day they can give us their security. And also we have to contact St. John's ambulance to be on watch on that day, because when you are having the peaceful march, we never know, there might be these small accidents, somebody might faint, all that. So this thing need people to come together and organize on how they want to do it. That is what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds very good. Yeah, sounds good.
So since 8th of March is tomorrow, then maybe it is a little bit, we don't have much time, but what we have is this frame, this reference. We are not depending on the United Nations days of women or international peace events, because we can do things under the umbrella of the ongoing third world march for peace and nonviolence. And this gives us the advance we can prepare and build towards those events.
Yes.
Okay, so Alexander, you wanted to say something?
He said he will be in Kisumu next week, and therefore is connecting Dorothy probably to
Yeah.
see each other, coordinate.
Okay, yeah, great.
That sounds good. Yeah, very good.
That's very nice. So I since we have a hidden agenda in those meetings to have them not too long, we will want to have interesting content, but not dragging the meeting on. So I was thinking, unless, if someone wants to have like a last word, and then we would simply call this a meeting, because I think there's plenty of things already come on the plate. So
Hello,
someone wants
Julius.
to, yeah. Yes.
Anthony.
Yeah,
Anthony,
hello.
yes. Anthony is there. I'm trying to get him here in. Where is this?
Yeah, our strength
Opa.
said yes, yeah?
Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are.
You're saying, Opa?
I think he's trying to join.
He is on the screen already. He wants to talk.
Yeah, please, Anthony.
You're saying, Opa?
Anthony,
You're
please.
saying?
The floor is open for you, Anthony, to say your piece. Please, welcome. seems to be.
Yeah, he lost the line, but anyway, he was there.
Yeah.
But last answers.
Blessed answer, please.
Saying is coming.
You are muted.
Now he's
No,
talking.
again.
Okay, Anthony has now.
And Dorothy is there also sharing.
Yeah, if they're in Kisumu, please meet Opala also. Please do.
Because Opala, I am right that in my memory I have this memory that you yourself have the history back in time. One of the things you have done, you have organized peace activities, peace conferences, peace marches. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Anthony?
Hi, good evening.
Okay, last answers, please.
I really wanted to get to the kids.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Are you getting me? So I decided to come back to the community, down to the community, and like just moving with the larger group because I really want the kids to understand what we are doing.
Yeah,
That is why I've laid low because I'm working with the kids.
Yeah, beautiful. That's very, very interesting. So
yeah,
nice.
that's very good.
So,
Opala.
blessed answers. You have raised a hand and you are muted. You have to answer. Yes, please.
Julius.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
I was also saying that I really wish to meet Dorothy because I'm hearing she's from Kisumu, and I'm surprised we never met.
Yeah.
So you have to meet.
Yeah.
Dorothy and Anthony and Alex. You will have a meeting soon.
I've already put my number there. Anybody who will want to meet me, you can meet me.
Yeah,
But
okay.
tomorrow I'll be at Maseno University for the International Women's Day. Then later I'll be in town in the afternoon.
Very good. Very, very good.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, plus answer. Please.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Yeah. Blessed answers. Welcome.
Hey, I am Ben
Hello,
from
Ben.
Nakuru.
Hello, Ben.
Yeah.
Us as blessed dancers, I think the project is good. And what we usually do, we usually dance and pass the message through dance. So I can see.
That's very nice.
I think we can pass the message through dance. It will be a very good to pass the message through dance.
It's a very, very interesting, addition to the marches and the dancing. And you will see in the video, the multicultural video from Iceland in the first World March. Then we see that they are dancing and there's music and there's dancing. So it's very much valued contribution in all those marches and the fighting for peace and non-violence is dancing.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And you will you be able to get in contact like with Dorothy and you can make a network to plan this?
Yes. I think we can pass the message through that dance.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you.
I think people will understand it, yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Wilberforce, Mali.
Are you in Nakuru? Last answer.
Yes.
Are you in Nakuru? Yeah, okay. I used to live there.
Yes. We are in Nakuru.
Okay, I used to live there. Many
Where?
years.
Okay.
Free area.
Oh, that's good. I know the place.
We have here a new participant. Wilberforce, are you from Mali? Are you from Mali? Please. Can we see you, Wilberforce? I don't think we have had much people from joining from Mali before. Isaac Otiampo and Blessed Dancers have their hands up still. Do you want to add something?
Not really. In fact, I'm trying to follow it, and I'm happy that Dorothy comes from Kisumu, where I live as well. So I'll make an effort of maybe contacting either tomorrow or a day after tomorrow, so that I can understand it better, so that I make an informed decision when we shall be having the next meeting.
Okay. So you see the information in the chat to take that information down?
Yes.
Yes, that's great. That's great. Isaac, you want to add something to what you said previously?
No. I'm very much
because you
yes
can
now.
put the hand down. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you think? Are we happy so far that this is? We can call this a meeting and wrap things up now, or any last words? If not, I will go towards closing this meeting, and I do this with our greetings of peace, force, and joy to all of you. And thank you for a beautiful meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice to see you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very nice to see you all.
Stop recording.